Okay. Um, I'm doing this. I'm new to this whole YouTube thing, so I really don't, you know. I mean, I watch videos on it, but I've never really done one myself. And the only one reason I'm doing one today is because of, I guess, things I've been witnessing, um, especially things with addiction I've been witnessing. Today, I was at a grocery store, and it was about 11:30, 12 in the afternoon. Um, and I got out of my car. I'm going in the grocery store. This woman gets out of her car. Very nice car. It's one of those things you get out your car, you just glance and see, who's pulling up. You can tell it's a nice car. So she gets out the car, she puts one foot down, and then there's this pause. And next thing I know, I hear this. So like this, she like threw it all up. You know what I mean? But we're in the grocery store, and she kind of like, she had it back together. And I know you could be thinking, well, this could be anything. Well, I know for me, I mean, I was an alcoholic. Well, I started drinking when I was like 15. I didn't quit drinking until I guess my very early 30s. And I went to heck of a lot of detoxes, heck of a lot of rehabs. And they really don't separate you from people who have different types of diseases, quote unquote. So I had seen that before. And it was just like, I wish, because I know a lot of people who this disease has taken, if that's what you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. It's taken a lot of people, a lot of good people, not only stars, a lot of people that you know every day, and a lot of times we don't even know that's what did it because people hide it. Um, but I guess what I want to say is like, if you are suffering with something like this, you're not alone. I remember when I was first realized something was going on that wasn't necessarily normal, I felt ashamed about it. And the reality is, there's a lot of people out there just like you. So, and a lot of people are going through it just like you. But the stigmatism that society put on it makes people hide it. So you really don't realize, you know, you're not alone. You know what I mean? So that's like the very first thing you got to realize. Like, if you're going through something like this and you have a doctor, tell your doctor, especially if it's alcohol or heroin. Because now they have so many different treatments. I know with the alcohol, the last one I went in, they gave me something called Ativan, I think it was. And it helped me greatly. Um, but it's no longer treatment. It's no longer, those movies you see, Pookie shaking in the bed, sweating it all out. I mean, it's some of that, but now they got, I mean, it's going to hurt, don't get me wrong, no matter what it is. But now they have things to help it. So think about it like this: if you had cancer, would you keep it a secret? No, you take it behind to the doctors. Same difference. Same difference in reality. It's just the stigmatism makes you think differently about it. Number two, if you have a loved one that is going through something like this, um, I a lot of people talk about this tough love or whatever. I wouldn't suggest that. Um, and the reason I say that is this: say you have a son or a daughter who's hooked on alcohol, drugs, or something like that, and you kick them out the house, and they go out there and die. Now, how are you going to feel? You see what I mean? I know some professional may tell you that, but how are you going to live with that, knowing that when your child needed you the most, what you did was kick them out, and then they went out there and died? So you don't want to have to live with something like that. You do not want to have to live with something like that. So I'm not saying don't seek, professional help, definitely do, but I wouldn't abandon them during this time, personally. Um, and like I said, I'm not speaking about it from some book or someone told me about it. I lived through it. Number two, you're really dealing with something spiritual. And I know that might sound crazy, but if you are first dealing with this, if you ever end up making it to NA or AA, that whole thing is designed to make you understand there's something greater out here than you. There's something greater than you in you, to keep it real with you. But you have to, in order to get over something like this, that's what you're going to have to get in contact with. You know, you have a lot of people who can stay sober for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and they relapse. And it goes over and it goes over and it goes over and it goes over and it goes over. And then either that's the pattern the rest of their life, or they die, or they make it out of it. But there's only one way you can make it out of it. And, you know, some people do it through meditation, some people do it through some form of exercise. But any way you do it, there is a way you can do it.